Well, kwa pesa hakuna humility. Kwa do exclusively inakuanga ni aggressiveness. Na nikimaanisha aggressiveness, mimi sijasema ati ukue rude ama udharau watu. Kwa pesa you're supposed to be strict, you're supposed to be aggressive. Kuna kitu moja umeishi kuambiwa, oh, ati life is not a competition. Whoever told you that, let me tell you one thing. Life is a very stiff competition. That's a reality and that is a fact. Although mtu anaangalianga lane yake, usicompete na the other person because haujui kenye wanafanya. What you do, you compete with your yesterday for the sake of the achievement. So nikisema kwa life hakuna humility, it's about aggressiveness. I'm going to explain to you. Kwa hii video nitakuelezea hadi mwisho ndo uelewe. Na maanisha aje nikisema kwa pesa hakunanga humility. Cause nilikuja kurealize kwa life ukianza kuwa humble in such a way that watu wanatekingi your kindness for your weakness. Anyway, what do? You sit back or relax, watch hii video up to the end, ndio uelewe na maanisha aje nikisema kwa pesa hakuna humility. Alright? It's about aggressiveness. Alright? Let's go to the point number one. The point number one tunasema, you always put your mouth where your money is. Hiki tunajua umewahi isikia tena, but no unajulizanga, jinamaanishanga aje by the way. You put your mouth where your money is. Ushaipatana na mtu wenye maybe let's say you were to close a deal ama ushaenda kununua mahali kitu and then huyo mtu labda amekuona umefika kwa shop yake ama somewhere and then they come they tell you hey customer sema hey 1 2 3 unamwambia niko tunataka kuuliza hii kitu from there wana change the environment okay sasa no problem anarudi mahali alikuwa ameketi na kitu kama hiyo because first of all you have not showed any potential you're not a potential customer you're just what we call them una shop tu kwa macho you are not there to buy and something of sort or have you ever been in a situation whereby you're about to close a deal and then you show not an interest ama we indicate like how utanunua at that particular time and then what exactly happens that guy shakes off the interest and from there you are like mbona amechange tu namna hiyo because this guy they are very much aggressive first of all they consider their time very much so you cannot take them for a ride. Again, another simple example, ushaikuwa in a situation whereby labda unafanyia tajiri fulani kazi and then maybe amekutuma mahali and then kuna kachange kamebaki and those guys are so strict like, okay, wapi change yangu? You're like, dude, come on, you have millions. Why are you asking this kind of money? Because you think if it was you could just let go. Let me tell you one thing. When it comes to money, you need to be aggressive. You need to be strict. You need to be understood. You need to be out there and actually know your numbers very well. That's the point number one. You put your mouth where your mouth or put your money where your mouth is. Hiyo inamaanisha wherever you're investing your money, you have to understand that area very well. It's not about friendship. Sometimes naonanga mtu akienda kufungua bank account. You know, those people are so happy about you. They welcome you. They give you a coffee. Or when you open in a circle, they're happy. So you think they're your friends. No, they're not your friends. They have never been your friends. That's for a fact. They've never been your friends. So treat it as a business. Treat it as an investment. Be there as an investor. Now, when more aggressive, you stand on your toes and say, stand on your feet and say, hey, this is my principle. This is how I work and this is how I do my things. All right? Number two, you're supposed to do not trade your time to fit in or to be loved. Hii ni mistake watu wengi huwa wanafanya. Unapata maybe uko na mabeshte mahali fulani. Unaonanga tu kabisa ubeshte wako hamuelewani akili, hampelekanangi kabisa. Ikikuja ni kwa maybe investments za hizo vitu zinakumake happy. Hamuelewani kabisa. It's not your thing. It's not the way, sanda kwambiaje. It's not really a person whom is of your interest in any way, but they are your friends. So you really waste a lot of time just to make sure that you fit in. Hutaki wakuchukulie vibaya, maybe utakuwa unakaa uko mrude ama nini. No. And this is where a lot of people actually waste their time. You have a person out there and you realize, hey, we are not on the same vision. I think I should shake off your influence from me. I think I should move forward with my life and try to create other friends as I move along. Otherwise, if I continue with you, I can languish in poverty. By the way, tendo kuna mtu mnaweza ishi na yeye mahali ama kuna mtu unaweza associate na yeye manze uishi kwa shida. It is true. Kuna watu tu wana kismat. Kuna watu tu wako na manuksi zao tu. Kuna watu wana attracting to negative energy surrounding you. So it is good to understand that kind of an individual who you have. And also, do not trade your time. Kama kuna factor kama kuna kitu inakuanga ya maana sana kwa life ni hii. Time, do not trade it just to fit in and also to be loved. Because a lot of people love to be loved. I also love to be loved. And I know you love to be loved, but the point is this, you are being loved at what expense, at what cost, right? At the cost of time. And this is a factor that is actually constant to everyone. And a lot of people some people tend to maximize it and achieve more compared to others. So do not trade your time in just to be loved and also to fit in to your friends. Stand on your feet, say, hey guys, I do not do this. For example, I personally, I don't drink. Sometimes we can be walking around with my strategic people. I don't call them friends because I do not have friends. I call them strategic. And then maybe they say, hey, we are going to drink and no, I tell them, no, I cannot go there. Maybe you're going to watch football. I don't watch. And they're like, hey, why don't you? You see, that's my principles. You either accommodate me, you shape up or shape out. It's simple. That's me. That's me. That's how I do my things. You see, you cannot try to twist me and make me do things that you do guys love. No, I don't love that. This is my thing. You get my point? That's what I mean. Do not trade in your time just to fit in and to be loved. See, be strict and don't violate your spending principles to accommodate people. You see, maybe, for example, let's say you meet some guys and maybe you meet two of your friends going somewhere and they tell you, hey, tunaenda kukula nyama choma. And then ukifika huko and then there you are, umetoa do zako pia umenunua nyama choma. Huko umepangia just because they are your friends, and then zile ndo zenye umetumia zimesha violate. Kwa mfano mimi nakuwa na principle moja, anything yenye imepitisha 400 I have to plan about it. I cannot just buy out of, whoa, huwezi toka tu anywhere unizie kitu 400. No, that's my principle. I cannot thrift short up that amount of money. Anything that exceeds 400, I have to plan for it. You cannot show up any time and then you tell me, hey, buy this thing. No, I do have my own principles. Even if I see a very good deal, I'd rather take your number and tell you unakuanga wapi, then nitakupigia ama nitakujia ama utaniletea. That's how I do it. I have to think about it. I cannot just go into my pocket and dish out my money and then just like that my money is gone. No, I have to plan about it. So if you come on my board and you tell me tunaenda kukula nyama choma, I have to ask myself, was it in my plan? No, it wasn't, or yes, it was, or something of sort. So this issue of maybe saying, hey, we are going to buy something, and then you're out there going buying, and some people end up buying some things that they do not love, but just because they want to, the fear of being left behind. Unapata maybe your friends, they are out there and maybe they are looking forward into maybe buying a piece of land, but that wasn't in your plan. Maybe you were thinking about buying a car. Maybe a car will be more appropriate to you compared to a land. And then there they are talking much how land will be great and good and all what kind of view. And then you go there, buy the land, you buy something that you do not love but just want to be. You just want to accommodate, to be accommodated or fit in that kind of a group that you're having. No, you're supposed to be strict. You're supposed to say, hey, that's not, that sounds amazing, by the way. I'll look forward into that, but as of now, I'm planning to do 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it's not a must to even tell them I'm planning to do something. Sometimes you can just say no. You don't have to explain why I'm saying no. Just say no. I can't. Simple. And by the way, I personally, I can even say no, no matter who you are, even if you are parents. I just say no. No, man, that's one I can't. Simple. Yeah, simple. Yeah. And I say at the end of the day, people may actually confuse you being rude with being truthful guy or something of sort. So sometimes it's good to be strict. Sema mimi hiyo siwezi. It's as simple as that. The other point is that let your stance be known always. Fine. It is good kukua na hizo zote zenye nimetaja hapo hivyo juu, lakini kama hawakujui inaweza kuwa ni shida kidogo. Kwa mfano, let's say umemeet a new friend, hamjaipatana naye. First of all, hakujui. That's a fact, hakujui. So first of all, try to bring them on board. Wacha muongee na yeye vizuri, msikizane, and in the process let them understand who you are. I don't do this. For example, sometimes I usually get some gigs na alikuwa mahali na some guys and hey, how about you grab some coffee? Sometimes, coffee to men, sometimes it may mean you drinking, and I don't drink. So obviously, I cannot tell you via the phone that, hey, you know what, I don't drink, I don't do this, don't take me to a place. No, you don't play that way. So what you do is that the moment you meet them physically, obviously, first of all, it's quite funny if you meet the first time and you take me to a club. Obviously, when we meet first, we go to maybe, let's say, to a coffee area, or maybe, let's say, somewhere we can just sit down and sort of talk about serious things. And then in the process, if this is also sort of a friendship that you want to make with me, then I have to explain to you who I am. Hey, this is what I do my things, this is what I do, and by the way, I do not drink, those kind of things, so that in future, whenever they say, hey, we are somewhere drinking, hey, can you join us or something, and then you say no, you never explain to them, so they may feel like, hey, maybe you don't feel comfortable with them, maybe you're suspecting them, maybe to not be good people or something also. So it is good to make people understand about yourself. All right, at first it's good to explain to people who you are, bring them on board, let them understand who you are, and then after that, if they say something that violates you, because at the end of the day they will say, because sometimes you get some comments like hey, so kama wewe haukunywi, hauwatch game, haufanyi nini, so unajinaisingi na, you see, the brain of that individual ame-accommodate tu vitu mbili. Yeye ana believe mwanaume anafaa kujienjoy na kuwatch game ama kukunywa pombe. Yani ako confined to that thinking. So he thinks or she thinks like, hey, any other typical person out there should be like me, should view things like me. And that's a kind of a thing that I've actually been seeing it quite oftenly out there. So the point is this, that what makes me happy doesn't make you happy, and something of sort. For example, what I consume, what I watch. For example, personally, I watch what we call the infotainment. something that is informing me at the same time it's entertaining me, rather than just consuming the entertainment only, and then I'm leaving the part of being informed aside. So you see, and we find some people who consume entertainment throughout the time. So at times or all the time, it's good to make sure that you be understood by people, explain who you are, and let them understand, hey, this is what I stand for, this is what actually, if you do this, this actually violates my principles, and all those kind of things. So it's always good to make sure that all those aspects and factors are put into place as you progress in this life. Otherwise, if you just be this kind of an individual who is less principled, or you're not even principled, you'll just be carried by anybody however they want, and actually realizing your potential will be very hard. The very last point, and I bet this is the most important one, is that respect everyone and take calculated risks. First of all, I know you may think like me saying that pesa, hakuna kwa pesa, hakuna humility, I mean you being rude. No, this is what I mean. Like, you respect everyone, be it either whether they're above you, are you at par with you, or below you. Respect every set of humanity. At all the time, actually accommodate what we call a respectful language to them, and at all the occasion, make sure that at least you are a respectable person, and all those kind of things. Otherwise, if you be this kind of an individual who you're just rude, you're just aggressive to a point whereby even if you do a mistake, because we are not perfect, we do mistake along the way. You say, hey, I cannot apologize, I was told I'm supposed to be aggressive, and all those kind of things. No, what I mean is this: respect every set of humanities. It is good to have, you see, there is a different set of humilities. There is a humility, general life humility. You're supposed to be humble in a general life perception. But when it comes to money, humility sometimes can limit you from achieving your greatness. Let's say you believe in waking up and doing some exercises, even if you have some visitors. All right, and there you are, because you want to appear humble and what have you, so you don't do your morning routine just because you have some visitors in place, just because you want to make them, hey, I'm humble, I am not. No, you're aggressive. Tell them, hey guys, give me 1 hour, I exercise, then I'll be back with you on the table. They think like, this guy is kind of rude, this guy is kind of proud. You're not proud, you're sticking to your own routine, your own principles, your own things that you do, because this guy ain't gonna be here like forever. All right. So if you say, like, you wake up in the morning, you do 100 push-ups, you have to do the 100 push-up. Whether they are visitors, whether they are not visitors, whether they are what, you have to do them. You have to do them, because that's your principles. That's how you do your things. If you wake up in the morning, you have to pray, you have to do exactly, irrespective of who is present. Once you do that, that's when the discipline is actually made. All right. So don't confuse the general life humility and being aggressive and being, outgoing individual, and having that what we call your principles, and you stick to them. That is exactly how you do the thing. Anyway, you know what, guys? That marks the end of my video, but doesn't mean it's the end of me posting each and every day, because that's exactly what I do each and every day. So if you don't want to miss any of my good videos, do this. Down below there on your right, there is a small button written subscribe. Hit that magical button, turn that notification bell, and like this video. And by only doing exactly that, you get to be notified whenever I upload a new good video. And by the way, if you'd like to get my number and have a conversation with me, it is on the description of this specific video. You see up just below there where we have the likes and what have you, there's something written more. Click that more, then you'll be able to get my number out there. All right, and you can give me a call. You can get my booklets on investments. I have them. A copy goes for $280, or you can get the consultation with me. For now, it's a goodbye. See ya.